Hello, my friends, and I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. So, I wanted to talk to you guys about one of my demonic patrons, Astaroth, and how I connected with Astaroth. The camera's going kind of crazy, sorry. Okay, so now those of you who work with go-ahead demons, you already know that you may have one or more patrons, whatever you want to call it. You know, patrons like that masculine energy, and the matrons that feminine energy. But like, it's starting to not even doesn't matter, because like these entities can appear as masculine or feminine, a few of them, in nature. So, you know, obviously a lot of entities would appear to you as how they feel would be appealing to you. Sometimes they would appear to me as their true form, because they know that regardless of how they look, I accept it, and it's fascinating to me. You know, I remember I was liquid fasting years ago, and I saw like these entities, these beings that look like zombies who were eating flesh, and I actually found that fascinating, not scary at all. So I thought it was pretty freaking amazing. So a lot of entities have every right to appear to me all creepy as fuck if they want to, and it's amazing to me. But anyway, so I want to say, like, Astaroth was like the first demon that had gotten my attention when I started looking into the Goetia, and that's how I knew I had a connection with Astaroth. And so now I would say Astaroth, regardless that I am the son of King Belial, we all have spiritual parents. So there's a few people I have met who are the sons and daughters of King Belial. There's like a lot of people will say they are the sons and daughters of Lilith, or whoever, King Pyman or such. So but Astaroth is like that main one out of the few that I have a strong connection with. Like besides Astaroth, King Belial, then there's Andusius, and then there's Asmodeus, and yeah, those are the main ones. But there are others that I work with besides them. So again, Halloween 2018, I had gotten the tattoo of Astaroth's sigil as a pact with Astaroth, because you know, it's going into that needle's going to your flesh. It's that blood there, you know. So it's more of a blood pact, a form of blood magic with this entity's sigil. So it's like our bond, you know, and it represents that. So I am very drawn to Astaroth, as you know, vice versa. Now I feel like I could relate to Astaroth where it comes to being like a counselor to people, which is natural to me because of this light working earth angel energy I have, and you know, my life path number being 6, which makes me like nurturing. And people are drawn to me, even strangers who will talk to me about any issues, personal issues that they have. I don't have to know them. They'll open up about personal things to me. And, you know, I always respect that. I don't throw it in people's face. So it's a great thing to do. So, you know, my experience with Astaroth, working with Astaroth, is primarily, I don't need to invoke any entity to even work with like channeling and stuff like that. But Astaroth at times would just jump right in and then actually make the channeling a lot more clearer for me, much more. Just like as if I was like liquid fasting, and then, you know, your energy is much more fluid, it's much more out there and less dense because of eating. So, and especially when you're constantly drinking a lot of water. So now when a lot of people would invoke certain spirits or entities or ancestors when it comes to channeling, and there's a lot of us who don't. But, you know, at times I would invoke Astaroth for the hell of it, and always grateful for that assistance. There's some people who even will want me to channel for them and do readings for them, clients, and sometimes their energy is not completely open, because I guess like they're not used to it. They're not used to allowing other people to tap into the energy field to channel. And so sometimes I would have to tell people to open up, because I could feel their clothes off because they're afraid. And it's because sometimes it's not intentional, but it's because situations that they're experiencing, like personal things in their life that they need guidance for. And so it's like, you know, this is what I'm here for. I'm here to help you because I'm a spiritual counselor. So Astaroth would be encapsulating for me to break through those walls and be able, or just pass by. It's been a while since orbs passed by, but every time I'm standing in a spot like recording, I usually get orbs or angelic orbs or whatnot. So Astaroth will help me break through those barriers, and there's some people out there who think I can't read them, but I don't. Primarily, it just happens like automatically. Like I don't even attend to even try to read people. Like it just automatically happens, and it's like an indigo thing. It's like we just know people. We know who they are. Our intuition tells us a situation before it can happen, and then we're usually right about certain people. So now I remember when I first intensely worked with Astaroth, he appeared as a male. He appeared as like a typical gothic looking man with a suit, pale face, black lipstick, jet black, long straight hair, maybe like 7 feet tall or 8 feet. And after I was doing that ritual, it was a candle magic ritual. And I had a green candle. I must have had a black candle present with me also. And he appeared, so for a lot of people who are new to working with entities and whatnot, it's not like they're like physically there. Not unless like you're someone who's medium, who's really deep in there with your clairvoyance, that they appear like they're physically there. But it's still mind's eye, so seeing him through my mind's eye. So now after that ritual, I looked outside, and as you can see, there's a picture of Astaroth where he's like on a dragon. I looked outside and there was a cloud shaped like a dragon. So I was like, well, shit. Astaroth is letting me know that he's still present with me. And then after that, I started seeing him again. So I was like, okay, cool. So then, probably a few months later, Astaroth started appearing as a woman. Well, like a typical gothic girl, like, nurturing. Know what I said? Like Astaroth can be like a good counselor. Astaroth also, you can work with love with Astaroth within yourself, or help a romance between you and someone else be a lot more better. Not like manipulating them to fall in love with you. Like that's no for me. And entities know what's in your heart. So now I have not worked with Astaroth when it comes to relationships at all, or anything like love related, or when it comes to dealing with opposers. Not often, but it's kind of rare. So primarily Astaroth just answer questions for me that I need guidance on if I'm not talking to Yahweh or my higher self or spirit guides and whatnot. And we all know it's good to have a good relationship with the entities that you work with, not just your ancestors and such. Now, like I said, that's why I appear as like a typical gothic girl. Nice, awesome tank top shirt, combat boots, all black, denim short shorts, black lipstick, hair, like black hair, pale skin, just like the female version of the male version that he appeared as. And very nurturing though, like I said, like protective. So I felt like maybe there's something that she was trying to protect me from at that time when she was appearing in that form. Now, most people probably say, well, that was Astarte. Astarte does correspond to Astaroth, a different energy though. Just like there's Odin and there's Wotan, and then there's the Greek gods corresponding to the Roman gods. But with that protective nature, I remember, there was like an ex who used to live with me, and there was times where I felt like there was a lot of things being held back from me, a lot of secrets, and so sometimes entities will jump right in to help you, even though you're not specifically talking to them. Like, say for example, I was consulting with King Belial and King Paimon and some other entity of the Goetia, and Astaroth took it upon herself to get in on that. I'm not gonna say no, I'm not gonna refuse that help. I'm always accepting of help because these entities have been around for a very long time. They know what's up. they know how to help you, just like angels. When I learned about angels before I started working with them, you know, they know what's best for us. So be open to their assistance. Excuse me, I drank a lot of water. So yes, be open to their assistance. And, you know, they helped me deal with the situation the best way that I can so things wouldn't turn to a whole shitstorm for me in this X. So they didn't want any shittiness, but they basically helped things be revealed to me, and from there, what I should do that's best for me. Now, I will say, like, 2 years ago, that's what was more of me exploring psychedelics. Now, some people know I do smoke marijuana, but for spiritual reasons. So, what I like to say, what I was under when I was deeply into that data stage after smoking, and I went to the demonic realm to check out, you know, their world, what things look like. Because I already checked out the jinn realm and the angelic realm, so I wanted to check out theirs. And then Astaroth appeared, but as a man, in like, you know, there's like that helmet that gladiators wear with their face covered, and you know, all those holes. It looks badass. Wearing like a armored trench coat with like gloves on and shit like that. So it was like pretty fascinating. He was sitting on a throne, just like Dr. Doom, just like this, you know. This was like pretty fascinating experience, and I just wanted to just be there with them, be present with them, and just like check them out, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, nothing was said. They knew that I wanted to explore. They know how I am, how I like to just jump into things. Not like as to jump into things without researching, but just jump into things because I know that I'm safe and I know what's up. And when I'm used to things, it's almost like that best friend who just come right over as if they live there, that type of thing, you know? So it's like I am automatically invited. So, and especially being like having that close bond with them and being that spiritual son of Kimbalayo. Now, if you not have worked with Astaroth before, then definitely get a green candle or draw her sigil. I'm not gonna say they. Draw the sigil and play some music or create a song if you're a musician that is for Astaroth. Get something that could represent Astaroth, something that's like loving related things, something that relates to war. Get a sword, get a knife, get a shield or something, get armor. No, I'm just kidding. You have to go do all that. You know how to spend hundreds of dollars on that. Write a poem or something, you know, sing a song that represents Astaroth or dedicate it to, or just upload some images about Astaroth on social media or something, you know. Connect with that energy, work with the Astaroth energy, and you know, get to know it. Like a lot of entities, create that bond, and you know, you'll see great results come from your heart. Always surrender your ego, come from your heart when you're working with any entity, even angels, high vibrational, or I usually don't actually would say goetic demons are low vibrational, because I would say demons are low vibrational, not demons. Most of you know the difference. So I already explained it before, so I don't want to for 1,000th time. So but I'm glad that most people actually do know the difference. So we already know that demons are created by us, these thought forms that are parasitic and just want to feed on us and control us. Yes, possessions are real. These are real things. People in the mystery schools, even priests, Catholic priests who even go to mystery schools, study these things, you know. So but yes, demons, very incredible. They do want what's best for us, just like what Asmodeus told me one time. They do want what's best for our spiritual ascension. You just have to work with them from your heart and not from a unstable place of mind and emotions, because that's just gonna backfire on you. It's like a slap on the wrist, like, you know better. You know, don't approach us with that. You know, come from the heart. If there's an issue that you have with other people and you're upset, then they'll be happy to help. But if you're gonna come there with like an asshole, obviously people have the free will to work with them in a way. But you know, it's like, this is just how I personally feel, because a lot of people think that they have to be some edgelord shitheads to work with them. No, you don't, because you're representing yourself in a better light. They like that. So yes, represent yourself in a better light. Interact with them like you're interacting with any entities, you know, with respect, you know, like another person, like someone in your family, you know, utmost respect, you know. So do that. Astaroth is amazing. A lot of people work Astaroth, just like a lot of people work with King Blight or King Paimon and and others, you know what I'm saying? So they're great. So yeah, so that's my information I want to tell you in my experience with Astaroth that I had. And if you want to work with Astaroth, go ahead. If you want to start out with Astaroth or not King Paimon like most people, but I think you will have some interesting experiences. And if you have worked with Astaroth, I definitely would love to read about it in the comments. And if you are new to work with Astaroth and you will get experience, I definitely would love to read about it in the comments. Don't forget to share and like this video if you haven't already. Please do so. Once again, share. You share it in the groups. I share it in the Ancient Bloodline group and the link on Instagram too. So I appreciate you guys for being here. Still going, still strong with the channel. I'm never gonna stop. And I enjoy giving information and being helpful for everyone. So I appreciate you. I really do.